Yeah.
Mhm.
We're here! Yay!
Yay!
Hey, everybody, and welcome to our Authentic Beauty campaign. Today, we're going to talk to the gorgeous Joanna Trailov. Joanna, how are you doing?
I couldn't be better. It's so great if I can't be with you to at least be able to see you. There's so many vices on social media these days that just are a big thumbs down, but this is one of the silver linings, being able to connect like this. It's such a blessing for me today to be with you.
Yay, I know, because we're California queens. And
That's right, California girls.
I miss your hugs and I miss seeing you in person. Oh my gosh. And so I'm just so happy you're able to come on today. And we're going to talk about how beauty is healing. And I'm so excited to hear you talk about that. But before you do, can you tell everyone who doesn't know how wonderful you are and everyone who doesn't know you on this live, can you tell us a little bit about you and yourself?
Well, I wear a lot of hats, and lately I've been wearing a lot of crowns. It's really a fun honor and blessing to behold. And as we speak, I share with you that I represent the Ms. Woman United States Queens of 2020. And it is with great honor that not only do I represent such an amazing, diverse group. I wouldn't even call them group, tribe of women. But I also come from an amazing tribe of women from California. And I feel really, really proud to be that anchor and to lead us into hopefully a much better place than we all came from this year.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. And so happy that you're here and you're wearing one of your crowns today. So you're wearing one of your crowns today. And I'm so happy you're wearing it. I see at the back, I see beautiful dresses back there. And
Yeah, that was
also,
the gown from Ms. United States, and I love my little crown from I shouldn't say little, um, Miss California, and then
yeah.
up top is from Miss West Coast, and you know, for some of the blessed young women and ladies that have had a lifetime of pageants, it's, no big deal. But for me, I'm a rookie. I've only experienced this joy in a year, and so I'm really having such a good time with all the bling.
No.
And it really puts me in touch with my little girl, and that in itself is very, very healing to celebrate.
I know. So for all of you all who don't know, I'm going to brag on Joanna right now because
Did I miss that whole
she
window?
she won. So let me give you all the rundown. So she won Miss West Coast, which is a preliminary to Miss California United States. And guess what? She won Miss Woman California United States. This is the same year. We're still going down the line. And then now she is Miss Woman United States. So she won everything within 1 year. And West Coast was her first pageant. So this is her first pageant system. So I just wanted
Ever.
to brag on you
Yeah.
right now, just to let you all know what happens when you try and when you do things probably outside of something you've never done, and you try, and look at what Joanna has done. Amazing.
Well, thank you. Uh, sometimes I can be so laser focused in accomplishing something that I feel really, really passionate about doing and fulfilling, that I can forget, all the things that are happening along the way. I'm just so in the moment. with what's next and what's here and what's now. And so I revel in you sharing that. That's
Yeah,
probably not my strength, is chatting about those things, but
I know.
nonetheless, I'm with you and I'm there, and proud to be here today and know what I know now in such a short time. It's been amazing.
It's beautiful. You're such an inspiration to so many women. So don't worry. You don't have to say it. Your sister queens will brag on you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. You don't have to say it.
My sister queens will also be like, she's the worst speller, and oh gosh, she's always so relaxed. She never stresses to the point of
So
Joanna.
relaxed. So
You guys
relaxed.
will.
You are so relaxed. You are so
That's a
relaxed.
coping mechanism.
Don't think about it too hard. I love that about you. I love the fact that you're so relaxed and you just let it flow. You've helped me learn how to let it flow. Don't get too
Yeah.
anxious. Just let it flow. Everything's happening in the way it's supposed to happen. And that's beautiful, right? That's beautiful how you're able to see life in that way.
It's definitely an awareness that I use as a tool for healing, um, because there's so many things that will grab us by the heart and just kind of take our breath away, or you know create impulsivity so that we're reacting to something from a trigger within our deep spaces of hurt or trauma, or just something that sort of created resistance. And it's in those pauses that we are not fully present, and we're holding on, and we're holding on to an expectation, or we're holding on to something that is either from the past or hasn't happened. And I find that when you can realize that moment, you can really go, oh, there that is, right? I feel that. And you can just be with it and allow it to, even if what you're feeling isn't nice, is, scandalous thoughts or, mischievous. I mean, come on, let's be honest. We don't all have, rainbow and lollipop thoughts all the time.
Exactly.
It's not human nature. And so when we can have those moments and just kind of just be like, oof, wow, yikes. But not stop there. Go a little further and say, what's under that? Is that coming from a place of love, or is that coming from a place of fear?
Exactly.
And, you can't, it's very hard to be upset with a child that does something because they didn't know any better, right? When we start to get attached to feelings of being upset, it's because we think in our mind they should know better, or it's time they know better, right? And so when you are honest with yourself and you say to yourself, do you know any better? And if the answer is no, I've never experienced this. This is out of my league, and I'm not sure where all this is coming from. So I'm grabbing onto all these coping mechanisms that are causing me to be triggered and reactive, right? And you go, whew, wow, slow down. You don't got to take all that on. Just be right here, be real with where you are, and let it go, and get into that place of alignment where you can see yourself being the person that you want to respond from, being that vessel of forgiveness or patience or light or enthusiasm or joy or inspiration, right? And I've witnessed it in myself. I've witnessed it in others. Gosh, I revel in the moments I see it in a little child. That aha moment when you catch your greatness and you realize, I don't need to get all, upset about it, but rather enjoy your power of being right now and who you are in that truthful, honest moment. That to me is, it's the most beautiful light and uprise and ascension that I've ever witnessed ever. I love it. It's healed. It's healing. It's beautiful. It's beauty.
I love it. Yay! I love it. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was listening to a poem as you were talking. I was just so into it. Healing is beautiful. And I mean, and that's what you put. I asked you what was beautiful to you, and you put healing. And I can see why. I feel like there is beauty in learning from things, whether it was
Yeah.
your fault or not, right? Um, and when you learn from something, I feel like that's when we start the healing process, because it's kind of like you processed it, you sat there, you sat in your thoughts, and you're sitting there, you're thinking about it, and you're probably thinking what could have went, different,
Mm-hmm.
or what
Mm-hmm.
maybe didn't go right, or just thinking, right? But at the end of the day, like you said, if it's something you don't know, why
Mm-hmm.
are we beating ourselves up about it, right? Or if it's something that you're not aware of,
Yeah.
why are you beating yourself up about it, right?
Yes.
And so I agree. I agree with that. Healing to me is so beautiful. That's why I'm so happy you said healing.
Yeah.
Um,
And it
I
and it happens. It's supposed to happen. It's human nature. Our skin heals. It's always rejuvenating itself. Our body was, born to heal itself. So to ignore what the conscious and emotional capacity of our vessels can do is to ignore its intelligence. And healing in my awareness and consciousness means intelligence, using an opportunity to learn from something
yeah,
and to provide it to the process of series in your life that creates change. And when you're changing for the better, that's a sign of intelligence. And so, when we have that aha moment of understanding, like, oh, right, and we can redirect ourselves and try a new behavior and shift our behavior out of old patterns, out of generational, karma, and release old energy. We do that from awareness, from forgiveness, from self-love and understanding. Yeah. And to watch someone do that, I mean, I'm pretty sure certain we've all experienced someone do that. And isn't it beautiful?
it
Have
is.
you ever seen anyone more gorgeous than when they step into their own self-awareness and empowerment, and they're able to do things in their life that are better for themselves, that feel good? And as a result of feeling good, what happens? You feel better and better and better and better and better, right? It's
Exactly.
contagious. It's the most amazing pandemic and virus a person can ever experience.
Exactly. I know.
Called
I wish all of us
consciousness,
had
awakening.
that.
Yeah.
I love
Mhm.
that. You're right. I feel like like you said, the awareness, the awakening. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like I went through some of that this year. As far as being awakened, with my true passion, and just going back to some things that I did when I was younger, because
Yep.
I wanted this year to be a mission year, right? Everyone
Yeah.
had big 2020 goals, whoop whoop,
Right.
and this year was basically me finding myself again from having my baby, because sometimes we get lost, right? We get lost in just being mommy 24 hours, but we forgot
Well,
mom. Okay, yeah, go.
when we have a baby, it wakes you up.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were found. You were actually found. You
Mm,
found a new piece of you.
yes.
And sometimes when we're so comfortable being who we always were, it feels uncomfortable. So hence why we could feel lost. But really, you
Mm,
stepped into a calling,
yes.
and that calling gave you a greater awareness. awareness in which you obviously have expanded into and attracted others doing the same.
I
And
love
that's what
that.
happens when we allow for that growth to come from change. You
Mm.
know, it's uh, you know, we said at the very beginning of this conversation, we talked about me experiencing all these different you know, fast-paced
Yes.
goals, you know,
Yes.
and acquiring these different titles. And really, it's a great example of when you start to really live in truth.
Mm.
And we talk about it, and I think our levels of truth change
Yes.
as we change and grow, truly. But when you start to come out of something maybe you were hiding behind or under, or using as an excuse to prevent you from moving forward, and when you make that decision, right, to do something different about that specific behavior, it's amazing how many doors and opportunities open that you realize were closed because you weren't doing that.
Exactly.
So now think about this. Use that emotional intelligence, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
those responses are telling you when you behave a certain way, you get these results. And the more you stand in that truth and ground into the earth and let it feed you what is needed for you to rise and to be in the light and to face your north, the more you will attract all of those beautiful nutrients to keep you there, to lift you up, and to open you more. So it sounds like your little girl
Yeah.
was quite a miracle girl.
She was. She really was a miracle girl.
And our kids are.
She helped me find what I was truly missing, right? She
Yeah,
helped me find, like, it was more of a newer journey. And
right.
I'm not going to say lost anymore. I'm going to say
Yes.
found.
And
Um,
it's just right. And just replacing those
yeah,
words
replacing it.
change the scripts that we're creating for our future, our now.
Exactly. Exactly. Our now.
Mhm.
I love that because it's all about the terminology that you use to make
Yeah.
something more positive.
Yes.
I agree with that. I do. So she helped me having her help me find more of my passion, right? More of the things that I really love to do, going back to childhood and actually revisiting some of those passions,
Right.
and living out those passions this year. And so I was really just fortunate and blessed to go through a pandemic year, to still be blessed in a pandemic year, right? Because it's all about our mindset, right? It's all
Right.
about our mind frame. Even though rough situations happen, when the way that you look at these situations and the way that you recover
Mhm.
from each situation actually affects the outcome. So,
That's right. You got to praise what you love. And even
mhm.
if on some days your praise is, I am so grateful for my bed. You
Yes.
know, this feels so good, but you've got to praise what you love. One of the activities I do a lot is, you know, if you, as a coach, right? You one of the greatest things we can do for our team or the person in which that we are working with is to praise them. And oftentimes, learning can be from changing the course of direction by you know using words that might come off as criticizing, right, or nitpicking, and all
Exactly.
those little subtle cues can kind of help the wobble, redirect. And so, a really, really nice sound vibration that works is positive reinforcements,
Oh, yes.
and and being able to state what you're seeing and share how you feel, how that makes you feel, especially when you feel supported. Because when people know that they are doing something that is in alignment and that it's affecting others, boy, we like to stay there. We like to, it's more fuel. And so I always recommend to myself, at least once a month to write a team letter and let my
Mm.
team know. how much I appreciate them. And, my team these days is in the form of my children, my life partner, my friends, my sister queens, and fellow survivors.
Yeah.
And so I tend to, and my dog, I mean, my list, I could go on. I've learned how to gush for sure. It wasn't as big, but I've gotten really good at this letter writing. And it's a great opportunity for me to see the beauty in my life and to see the support systems that I have by making an account for them. Because I think when we have accountability, we rise, we fit into it. And if your standards are low and you don't have anything to answer to, unless you're really self-driven, and so I think that when we show gratitude to our team players, our support systems, we feed them. And it also gives us an opportunity to be like, okay, so you're doing really great over here. I need a little more of this. And
Yeah.
then we can refine, some of that beauty from our blessings, because our blessings are really there to support us. Our blessings want to please us. And it wants to fuel our success and our passion. So the more specific we can be on how gracious and grateful and humbly sincere and respected we are to those blessings, boy, the more they want to please us back.
I know. Woo! Goosebumps. Goosebumps. You are speaking beautiful words right now. So I wanted to
I'm getting
ask
carried
you.
away.
No, you're doing
You're
great.
speaking to my heart on all of these questions.
Thank you.
And, it's such a great opportunity, especially this time of year, to remind ourselves and each other and all that are around how much we have in common.
Yes.
And that, you and I are a great example. We can have very similar goals, but very different ways of getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make either one of us right or wrong. It
Mm-hmm.
makes us equally empowered and beautiful. And when we see those
Exactly.
differences and we use those ingredients to cook with, we build greaterness. Is that a word?
Yes.
Greaterness?
It can be. It
By the end of
can
the year, I
be
think
today.
I'm going to accumulate a fun little collection of silly words I use. Greaterness.
Great. It can be.
But really, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see how much we all have in common, how
Yes.
much we all need each other's connectivity, how much reward we have in giving as we do receiving from each other's stories, and how much we can do with each other.
Exactly.
And it doesn't take a whole lot of degrees to
Nope.
get that. It takes some broken open moments to feel another human's truth. And
Exactly.
that's a beautiful story of healing in itself.
That is. I love that. You're right. I always, for the person who has 1 million degrees, just joking, not 1 million, but I have a lot of degrees. And I tell everyone that no matter what level of education, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what you've been, where you grew up or whatever in life, you're still able to connect with people
Yes.
regardless.
Yes. And
Regardless.
that's love. Love is the common denominator that
Mm-hmm.
it leverages everybody out, and I once asked the question, what is more powerful, the sun, the source of energy and light, or love? And a lot of people say love, and the sun's a pretty
Yeah.
powerful life source. So
It
it's
is.
just it's one of those things where when you simplify everything that's going on with you, and
Exactly.
you simplify everything that could be going on with somebody else or the world around us, most of it is contrived in fear. But when you simplify that fear, those layers of protectiveness, it's all love.
It
We
is
were born to love, and
love.
love will always be the most beautiful light that I've ever seen, and is the source of all healing. To love is to heal, and to heal is, in my opinion, where the source of beauty comes out. Um, there's this story, and it's about a wound, and when a person has a wound, um, think of a person like a vase, right? And the vase has
Hmm.
a little crack or it breaks, and you can put the vase together, but there'll still be these little pores that don't seal. And they say if we look at our vessel as a vessel of light and love, and we have a wound, well, that's just another place that the light gets to shine through. And when it's shining through from a place of healing, it's healing others in its process.
I agree. I feel that we all can, beauty is healing because we all can heal from each other, right?
Yeah,
We can help each other heal.
that's right.
And that connection is beautiful itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
connection we have, just winning a pageant, right? I tell so many people, winning a pageant is more than just, our crown and sash. Of course, that looks great. I will not deny the crowning moment. Um, but it's so much more. It's the connection you make with all of our sister queens, the connection you make with even the people that run the pageant, the connection you make with the pageant system, the connection you make with people who reach out to you that want to hear from you, that are inspired by you. And yeah, the crown gets the attention sometimes, but you, the person, yourself, and your mission and your platform and what you do for the community, that's what speaks volumes.
Yeah, it really the truth, as you know by being alongside with me, is when we are doing God's work and we are serving in our communities and rising to our callings, we're not wearing our crown. You
Yeah.
know, heck, the last time you and I were, cleaning up the streets of San Diego, we had, our hoodies on, we were freezing, and um masks on, and we're covered up, and it, it's the beauty is not in it's not what everybody thinks.
Exactly.
The beauty, in our moments of service you know, are worn inside, from the
Mm-hmm.
inside out. And I think that from where I was when I first wore my Miss West Coast crown to where I am today, I think I've really just opened and expand so much. I was so nervous. I didn't even know how to wear a crown. I just thought, oh my gosh, what is this? And I really want to commend my fellow sisters that wear their crowns with such pride, because they have shown me great examples of what it means and what it represents. And it's so much more than the beauty on the surface. For me, um, the crown is an energy all by itself, and it
Yeah.
represents the consciousness and the awareness and the infinity that love can do, and the infinity that runs through us all in the sisterhood, because of our beauty in rising to our callings and understanding that with our voice and with our actions and with our vision and with our healing,
Yeah.
we can share that with people and help them in so many ways. And it takes a lot of courage to do that. I've been practicing it all year long. And, and it humbles me. It humbles me. But I will do it and always do it, especially for the United States pageant system because of what they represent and
Exactly.
how much beauty I've seen looking out at all of the queens that are in my sisterhood and listening to their stories and what they do with their lives and how they've transformed their lives into something that they're living in purpose because of what they've learned in their journey of healing. And just like you and I experience every time we're together, we get so inspired by just listening to the different things
Yeah.
that we're doing in our lives, and our whys are so similar. And I just love building upon that beautiful energy. It's the best vibration in the world. And that is, a real big anchor because of the fact that I'm grounded in my truth and in who I am, and I'm not afraid to share that story or any part of me with anyone that's ready to receive and use it as a source of healing themselves and uplift.
I love that. So I want to ask you, what are some beautiful moments that you've had in your life?
Oh goodness. I feel like one of the most beautiful moments, my very first beautiful moment, was as a dancer, feeling the sound and the movement in my body and connecting with something that was um, bigger than me and being able to share that experience. And that was when I first stepped into this understanding of how powerful my energy was. And it took many years for me to reconnect with that inner beauty. And I think that came out with me in becoming a mother to two young boys and realizing the opportunity I had to love a male energy so that they could love a female energy
Mm-hmm.
with that influence. And that just woke me up and made me realize how important my awareness was, because in my unawakened moments I was slipping and not being the best me that I could have. And as I grew and I found more beauty in my life through being transparent and vulnerable and seeing the innocence from these little men that I was raising, God gave me two little girls. And he taught me how beautiful it is to see your eyes and another little girl.
Oh.
And that's when you realize you got a job to do. And the crazy thing is, you still have a job to be the mom of your little girl. And you still have to teach yourself how to take good care of yourself while you're taking care of another little peanut.
Oh.
So you make mistakes, right? But boy, it's in that humility that you learn, because you see yourself in some of that pain and misunderstanding. And to awaken from those places is what made me the most beautiful ever, because I became a survivor. And survivors, they're called to do the work that most ignore and are unwilling to do. Survivors will trigger you and make you laugh, but also piss you off. And they're going to make you feel. And they're going to make you feel because they're going to show you their truth, which is going to knock on the door of yours. And survivors know how important it is to be one because it was a survivor that knocked on their door and opened them up, you see? And so the beauty continues in each and every one of my day because as a survivor, I knock on doors and I ask people to heal. And I say things that trigger emotion and feeling, and it makes me feel too.
Yeah.
But I know that that beauty is the power behind the healing for myself and many, many more. And as a survivor, when you align yourself with other beautiful survivors, and we continue to change behaviors, we change cycles, we make a difference. And as a survivor of abuse, the cycle stops with me. So this survivor is willing to knock on a lot of other doors and gather as many other survivors as I can so that we can break this cycle and create a healing cycle for our future. And you know who that future is? My kids, your
Yeah.
kids, our children, and theirs. And to know that, that's beautiful.
It is. I love that. You know, you just really reminded me how we work so hard to end these cycles of abuse,
Mm-hmm.
right? To end the cycles of, like in my situation, how I was abused, to end the
Right.
cycle of acting like it didn't happen, right? Ending the cycle of speaking out. We have to speak out about these issues because
Yeah.
if we don't, it could be happening to our neighbor and they're scared to talk about it. But if we're talking about it, they may give them the courage to talk about it.
Absolutely. And I was one of those quiet neighbors who it was happening to and didn't talk about it. And you know, it's more common than not.
Yeah.
And it is something that we can solve.
Yes.
Okay. However, to ignore it and to um, not support healing, we are contributing to diseases. We are contributing to things that are killing us beyond the emotional welfare that we're struggling under. And it's our responsibility. It's
It
our
is.
responsibility as humans to take good care of our brothers and sisters. And we are all brothers and sisters. And we know when something's not right. And you got to put your oxygen mask on first, right? And that's the first step of knowing how to take care of yourself when you're in a situation that doesn't feel good. And it goes right back to where we started, having that awareness,
Yeah.
right? And the beauty of a cycle in creating new patterns is remembering all the things that feel good and staying in that lane. And
Exactly.
oftentimes when we get out of that lane and it doesn't feel beautiful, all right, we hide and we become those neighbors that don't want to talk about it. And I remember when I had a really traumatic domestic violence experience, and an advocate had said to me, "You need to share with your neighbors what happened, and you need to scream it. I mean, not literally, but you need to start
Yeah.
talking about this. You need to tell people what happened. And I was devastated. I'm like, I can't tell people. I'm embarrassed. I don't want people to know, you know. Um, but here's the thing. When you shed light on that darkness, you create space. They're less likely to come after you. And that's the opposite of what your mind tells you. That's the opposite of what
Yeah.
they're telling you. They're telling you, they're not saying anything, you know, they're making something. I actually had a neighbor who thought I was crazy, who tested, you know, me using my voice and just said, why are you picking on this person? You know, what do you have against them? And when I shared, they hurt me. You know, so we need to be prepared that even though we say things or we share our stories, it doesn't mean that everyone's ready to hear them. And that's when you'll be tested the most. And watching someone's strength and have the ability to stand in that truth, boy, that's another sign of beauty to me. And
That
when
is.
I look at that girl that did that years ago, and I realize who she's become and who she is today, that to me, that's beautiful.
It is. And it's showing the healing.
Absolutely.
Showing
Absolutely.
the healing. I know we all stay on the theme of healing. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I agree with everything that you're saying. We need to speak out because us as survivors, us as people, yeah, it didn't have to. I feel like things happen, and when things do happen, you have to talk about it. And it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to say you were afraid. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
to say you were scared. It's okay to say, hey, I didn't talk about it for 5 years because I didn't want that person coming back for me. It's
That's
okay.
there's fear is real.
It's
And
real.
one thing that I really learned was to respect it
Yeah.
because sometimes that fear is there to show us a red flag that maybe we wouldn't normally see. Sometimes that fear is there to, you know, warn us. So, you know, when someone is ready and they receive their calling, they'll know exactly what to do with their words and their story. And it's different. Timing is different for everyone. I had said, you know, when I walked through this journey, if I had known that my story of healing was going to look like this, I would have never believed it. But I did know that in my visions, as I was, you know, creating that reconciliation with myself, I was not seeing, you know, a pity party. I was not seeing, you know, someone helpless that wasn't going to do something with this. Mm-mm. If I was going to go through this and make it to this side of the story, you better believe I made a pact with God to do his work the rest of my life and
Exactly.
to use this um, as an opportunity to live in more purpose and to share that with as many people as I can so that they, you know, could be triggered to have the same opportunity as I did.
Exactly. Being authentic, being honest with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
being honest in your truth, no matter how much that makes you cry, right? No matter
Right.
how much you feel bad about it. Because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, you know, I do this with a lot of my clients where we have to get through the rough part, right? We may
Yeah.
cry, but as long as we're doing it, right? As long as you're working through that fear, it's okay to be afraid because
Yeah.
you're working through it. Because eventually you're going to keep, it's like a layer is peeling off,
That's right.
right? A layer is
Yeah.
coming off every time. And you're gradually going through it. You're
Yeah.
gradually like,
You're
okay.
yeah, you're coming out of that place of, do I know what I'm doing? And sometimes the
Exactly.
answer is no. And when you realize every moment is a first moment, you're not holding yourself to be whatever that last moment was. And
Exactly.
that really helps those layers shed, because you can't be something that already was or hasn't happened. All you can ever be is now. And to use that accumulation of experiences to help you um, receive this moment of now better, open, ready. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's really
That's
good
good stuff.
stuff.
It's like savoring a good piece of carrot cake. I've been really thinking about
Oh,
carrot cake lately.
I've been thinking
So,
about like chocolate lava cake. I don't know why.
chocolate lava cake. Yep, I would sit with you and say I'd be in the moment with you now for that too.
Right? Can we get some chocolate lava cake anywhere?
Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely in the level of, well, just make yourself comfortable. These are tough times, Joanna.
Right.
I'm in that phase of quarantine.
Exactly. So I want to ask you, what advice would you give a young woman today? What advice would you give them? Just any
Hmm.
advice. Any advice.
To enjoy every bit of your being, the good, the bad, the ugly, the silly. And in order to enjoy it, you have to spend time doing some things in your life. And as they come and go, just enjoy it. Don't sit in it too long. Just let it pass through like a wave and enjoy the ride.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy who you are, because your thumbprint is left on a lot of different people, a lot of different beings in this world, and you want to leave good energy. So dust the world with your good vibration, and you know, keep facing north.
I love it. Well, I have just really enjoyed you today. We always have great talks. I
We
feel like this
always
is just
do.
us talking. We have so many great talks. No one knows. We talk about everything. It's just so wonderful having a sister queen who just has experienced so many different things that I can learn from. Because I am growing and learning, and it's just beautiful to be connected with someone who is willing to share and willing to spread the love.
Well, and you keep me all up to date on everything pageant. So we're a good team. We're a good team.
Good
Team
team.
California.
Team California. So, Joanna, before we hop off, I just want everyone to know about I Am Love.
Hmm.
As of right now, we're donating. Are we
Hmm.
donating right now to I Am Love? So, Joanna, can you talk a little bit about that so everyone
I
can
would
know?
love to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I opened a nonprofit called I Am Love, and love is LOV are the last three letters of my last name. And as a person that really is a big advocate for mantras and affirmations, I Am Love is my mantra and has been for my entire healing process. And it is a vessel for me as a teacher, a mentor, and a coach and a healer to share some of the natural, holistic, and spiritual practices that I practice pretty much daily and have throughout my healing process. And I do believe it is all of the really, really incredible ingredients that have helped me soar in the last few years and keep alignment and grounding with some of the peaks that I'm reaching today. And I created this nonprofit to allow service providers just like me, yoga teachers, Reiki healers, acupuncturists, energy healers from all different realms, such as art therapy, music, dance, and not to limit the big, huge avenue of fitness therapy, but to allow these teachers, mentors, and coaches to contract with different nonprofits and different homes and organizations that support survivors of domestic violence and all realms of abuse. And what it is an opportunity for someone like myself to contract and teach yoga as a form of healing in their healing process, a form of healing that is natural, that is going to feed their conscious vibration and help them by providing different tools to encourage them for stability for life, not just in that healing process, but something that's going to be their steady Eddie forever. And I'm really excited to share that we are in the process of planning our first retreat. And we've recently started to connect and work a little more closely with a home for women that are refuges of human trafficking. And right now, we are asking for donations to help us serve our communities and support our contractors and provide that holistic and natural spiritual arts component to a survivor's healing journey. We have t-shirts and hats that we're exchanging in return that leave the mantra of I am love. And we would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate your donations, because every donation goes to a yoga class or an art class or something that is going to respectfully hold support in a survivor's healing.
I love it. Thank you so much, Joanna, for sharing that.
Thank you.
So I'm going to put all the information. I want you to send it to me. I'm going to put all your information on this live, so everyone can know how to reach you, such as your social media handles, and also the I Am Love website, because I know everyone is super excited about that, so they can go
Yes,
and donate.
that's right. And it's all lowercase letters. I am love, IAMLOV.org. And there's a lot to learn about us, and you'll really have a great opportunity to gain a little more perspective on some of the different services that we are happy to inspire and co-create with you. And there is a donate button. Just go ahead and give it a click and send us some love. It's the gift of giving. For every gift of giving you give someone a gift of healing.
I love
Thank you.
it. Thank you so much for coming on, Joanna. I'm just so happy that everyone got to experience what I experience all the time, just hearing from you, sharing your knowledge with us. And I'm just so excited that you're here, and you're such a beautiful person inside and out. So thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely. A mere reflection. Mwah. I love you.
Mwah. All right, everyone. Catch us next week. We'll be having another guest. If you want to contact Joanna, all her information will be updated on the live as well. And don't forget to donate to iamlove.org.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Peace.